Guys, I bought the X100V for my 5th time. This is just a cycle of love for this camera. What happens is I buy it, it gets me to start shooting film again, and then I start shooting so much film where I don't touch this, and so I sell it, and then I stop shooting film, and then I buy this again, and it's a constant cycle. But my life took a little bit of a turn recently as I'm trying to go more full-time on YouTube. I find myself pursuing more of my larger passion projects. I'm just leaving Vegas right now because my first feature-length documentary just premiered. I will do a video on that soon when I'm allowed to talk about it more. But anyways, the Fujifilm X100V, this thing's like a rock star. Even at the premiere, you know, there's a few hundred people there. Everyone's just like, what camera is that? And once they see the pictures, like, oh, like that looks insane and yada, yada, yada. I absolutely love this camera. But this is going to be about my wish list for the next version of this, whether that's the Fujifilm X100, X5, 6, X100 V2, X100 Go, I don't know, whatever they want to call it. But first off, my main thing that I wish was better about this was autofocus. We're having to shoot really quick, and guys, I don't know what it is, but bees love this car, and it's very, 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 very annoying. We're moving in closer. Don't sting me. I've only been stung once or twice, so I'm a little bit of a baby about it. So yeah, when you're shooting events and you're out having fun with your friends or shooting adventures and you're trying to get your friends in there, this camera, you don't have to be like doing a bunch of different setups and refocusing and all that. Compared to Fujifilm's latest cameras, the X-H2S and the X-T5, the autofocus is, you know, it's getting a little bit dated on this. Second, since this camera inspires me so much to shoot, especially when I'm on road trips, like usually I would just keep going, but I'm like, I want to stop. I want to take some photos with this. Maybe I'll do prints. And that's what leads me to the second point is I wouldn't mind a little bit more megapixels, obviously compared to higher resolution cameras, which is great for printing. This camera just inspires me to shoot things that I want to print. So with that, I wouldn't mind some, you know, higher megapixels in there. Megapixels, when it comes to digital stuff, it helps for cropping. And if you're trying to do any type of cool edits and making selections, more megapixels are better. You get a little bit more color fidelity just because, you know, there's more color being compact in the image. But more importantly, for printing, you're able to do bigger prints and more detailed prints, which is what I want to do with this thing. I'm gonna get a shot of my Bronco with the mountains because the light's just gorgeous. By the time I'm done filming this, it's probably gonna be gone. But I have the A7R5 that I'm filming on right now with the Sony 24-70 G Master 2, and I just laughed because as I'm putting it in my bag, I was like, I have one of the best cameras out on the market, and I have this beautiful view. And instead of using this, I just rather use the Fujifilm X100V because it's just so much more fun. The biggest thing that keeps me coming back to Fuji time and time and time again are the film simulations. Just being able to see those simulations, the classic negative is my favorite. Seeing that through the viewfinder, it just inspires me. It gets my brain thinking. It gets my imagination, my creativity just firing on all cylinders. And it can't, I don't know. I really hope other camera manufacturers give us more creative, you know, color profiles. But yeah, I'm gonna get this before the light goes away. I'm a little... Guys, I'm not scared of bees. I just don't want to get stung right now. Anyways, fourth, the viewfinder. The viewfinder is not bad on this. I don't mind it for like what I use this camera for, but resolution wise, but when it comes to how much of your eye that it fills out, I wouldn't mind if they gave us a more magnification. I think that's how you explain that, especially if I have my glasses on. I wear these tinted prescriptions a lot. It would be nice if they made the viewfinder just a tiny bit bigger so it took up more of our eye space and kind of immersed you into the world a little bit. Third, the flash. The internal flash on this is the main thing that keeps me from using other Fujifilm cameras for the type of stuff that I use this for. You get to get that retro hip, like disposable camera, but you know, cleaner obviously type look. The recycle time's very, very, very slow. The output's fine, but it's the recycle time. When you're having to do like half power to full power, you have to, sometimes you're having to wait like 15 to 30 seconds for that thing to recharge, and the people there just making goofy faces waiting for you to take the next shot. Fifth, I've owned the silver body I think 4 of the times now, and then once the black. I really like the silver, but the issue is this thing easily gets beat up and the silver starts rubbing off. Side of that, I would love if Fujifilm did like a bronze version of this. I know that might not be like a super popular thing, but I think that, I don't know, it's just, this camera again is for everybody who truly loves photography and just truly loves capturing moments and locations and whatever they're doing in the moment. Now that bee's in front of my damn lens, that bee will not leave me alone. I just wish this thing was built a tiny bit better, just because it does kind of feel a little bit delicate. Like this one even has the silver rubbing off on it, and Yeah, usually have skins on this. I just picked this up right before I headed out to Vegas for my premiere. So I will be doing the Alpha Guard green skin that I always do. But Alpha Guard does make bronze skins too. So maybe I'll have them send one of those out to me to see how that looks on here. But the green's pretty freaking cool. The last thing I want to touch on, and this is going to be a little bit in depth here, a faster aperture. Throw all that out the window and just give us a faster aperture. The thing is, when I shoot on my 35mm film rangefinder camera, especially my Canon QL17, that's a 1.7 aperture on full frame. When you shoot that thing wide open, it's gorgeous, especially for portraits and stuff. I just love the look of that when it's a 40mm equivalent at 1.8. It looks insane. I know some people might be like, it's f2, it's like right there next to f1.8. The thing is, this is a cropped sensor, so we're not getting the equivalent. At that same aperture, it's getting a totally different effect. And so since this isn't a full frame sensor, if you gave us the equivalent of f2 or f1.8, I think that would be like a f1.4. That's just gonna make everybody happy. I think if you just did that and give us a bigger battery, change nothing else, I think everybody is going to be super happy with that. So I think that's my biggest point on there. A 1.4 aperture, larger battery, faster recycle times, which hopefully the battery would do that, and a larger viewfinder. This camera is close to perfect, but you know, it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. It's starting to feel a tiny bit dated compared to the rest of Fujifilm line, but this camera is timeless as it is. So I guess that's not fair to say that it's getting dated. We'll see if I sell this one again. I don't think I will. I don't know. I'm doing now with YouTube stuff. I get to do a lot more shoots that I love to do. I get to surround myself with more of my homies and more other creatives. And I'm not just getting stuck on photo shoots where I'm miserable and I'm just doing it, you know, just, you know, to pay the bills and feed my dog. And yeah, I'm gonna get home though because my dog's at my family's house and I miss her. So I'm gonna go pick her up and then get back to LA. Yeah, it's gorgeous out here. I don't want to leave it at the same time. So I'll get some photos with the Fujifilm X100V. That was corny. Anyway, peace.